Well, morning everyone. Feeling a bit tired this morning, I've got to be honest. I think we're on day 15 or 16 and we haven't had a break and don't know, it's just starting to add up a bit, I think. Anyway, just a quick recap of where we camped. We continued out of Mac for a few miles. We found this forestry area. It was all right actually, not too bad. Slept reasonably well, although I fell asleep with my clothes on and woke up at 4 in the morning. So I was obviously pretty tired. Matt's tent was there, he's just packed away. So yeah, all good. Just got to put my tent down, put my bags on my bike and we'll be off. Right, well, morning again everyone. We've just been riding uphill for the last 3 and a bit miles. I think we're both feeling a bit fatigued today actually. This is day 16, we haven't had a break. Starting to get a touch harder every morning. And the reason we haven't had a break or a day off, because I had a bit of news the day before we came on this trip. My wife Emma has been waiting for some major surgery for a while and her date came through 13th of May. So yeah, so we've been a little bit up against it for time. We thought for a minute we might be able to just about do it, but the last couple of days we've had a few delays. Anyway, I think it's clear that we're not going to quite make it. Yeah, I was looking before I came away. The obvious solution for me is probably to stop at Bridgewater, camp in the Quantocks the night before on Beacon Hill. I'd like to do that with Matt, and then ride the canal down into Taunton onto the main line and get the train home from there. It just depends how Matt feels, what he wants to do. Some of you remember, it's kind of ironic really, I did that section on my own last year, so maybe Matt will do it on his own and then I'll meet him in Hale where I live and then we'll finish together. Oh, just bumped into another fellow bike packer out on a short trip, a guy called Neil, so nice to meet him. Yeah, I just worked it out in my head. Luckily it's a number under 10, so I can do that. So he's the 9th bike packer we've met on our trip so far in 16 days, and I don't know how many miles we've done, but quite a few. We were thinking that today was going to be a remote day with no stops anywhere for food, but Neil's just told us there's a nice pub where bike packers often stop, so it looks like we might actually get a meal. It's a surprisingly remote section actually, this bit. Well, we have our first river crossing of the trip, proper one. Yeah, this is the first one where you think you're likely to get wet. Yeah. Now this is where I'm glad I've got my waterproof boots on and not the old boots I had. Oh, we have a reservoir there. I can't remember the name of it. I did hear it earlier. Looks a tad low actually. This area does feel extremely remote. Good morning, Crow. Well, we just stopped for Sunday roast in a hotel called the George Borrows. I'll put the name of the village on the screen. Always good to freshen up a little bit, wash your hands and face. I haven't looked in the mirror for, I don't know, about 10 days I don't think. Quite scared to. Well, where we are right now, or just 100 metres back there through the farmyard, is the checkpoint number 1 for the GB Duro, which we didn't realise until we stopped and talked to Dav, the guy who owns the place. So we just had a good chat to him. Seems like a really nice guy.
How are you doing? I'm going to pop this on my back.
What are you after, girls?
Crinkle your sleeve.
Well, it turns out that sheep love the sound of Haribo wrappers rustling.
Well, have you been fed?
No way. Well, we just met 4 other bike packers. It's been a busy day today. yeah, that group of people were doing a couple of day loop from Mac and back. So good luck to them. It's just been so rare we meet people, so it's really nice. Oh, we found ourselves a bothy, a Welsh bothy. Hello.
I was here last night. It's warm.
Smells like a
fire.
recent fire, doesn't it? So this is Nant-y-moch bothy.
Nice bothy though.
Yeah. Let's have a look. See if there's any.
Very holy.
Sorry?
Very holy.
Yeah, it reminds me of somewhere else. I can't think where.
Well, the layout of the room makes you think of the Melgar bothy.
Yes. Yeah.
In that little corner where you turn left.
Just perfectly fine, isn't it? It's nice. Plenty of rooms. It's bigger than it looks from the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, good spot. Worth remembering this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was Nant-y-moch bothy. It's an MBA bothy, and it looks well worth staying in actually. Nice and clean, no rubbish. People are taking out their crap by the looks of it, that's good. So we've been climbing up from that bothy in the forest for a little while. Looks like we've got a bit of a descent coming up.
I've been here before actually, mate.
What is it? Oh, here we go. The Arch. Wonder why it's called the Arch. Well, hello horses. I must say I like your hair. What shampoo do you use? Hello. How you doing? How you doing? You okay? How you doing? All right. You're moderately interested for a horse, aren't you?
Hey, this is where the South Lanarkshire come on holiday.
Oh shit.
Dim
Oh no,
Tipio.
I like the sign.
Dim Tipio.
Maybe that's why the cameras are up.
Yeah. Of course that's why the cameras are up.
Right, well we've had a slight change of plan. We're both feeling really shattered today, this afternoon. And we haven't had a day off in 16 days. And when you look at the map, what we've ridden, it's, you know, it's a long way. So I think, well not I think, we've just booked it. We're going to get a B&B for the night. Got a twin room. So our Matt particularly would like a bed. So yeah, we're going to be civilised. And maybe we can get some washing done and need to charge up a little bit of stuff. We've been sort of trying to push on a bit because I've got to be back by the 11th for my wife's operation. I think sometimes a rest is as good as anything else, isn't it? So that's the plan. Oh, pretty cold now. Oh my god, I'm freezing. You are?
No, you are.
I am, yeah. So low. Oh, I miss my cats at home.
Oh, do you? Oh, she had this the other day.
How are you doing? You okay?
Are they all cyclists? Those two ladies from New Zealand.
Probably a little bit smelly.
Oh,
Mel and Emily.
Mel and Emily and Mel.
Oh, they had.
So he stayed here today?
No, they didn't
But no, they
stay.
stopped something for you.
Come on.
They wanted to, but
How
I
you
said
doing?
actually
You
the
okay?
campsite just up the road, and it's a
yeah.
five and you
They
get a shower.
are the
you
only
okay?
other two people we've seen riding the GB Divider soon.
Oh, right.
Other
So you,
people-
yeah.
How you doing? Do you want a belly rub?
Cat's always funny with belly rubs. Like, she's not a bad belly rubber.
Yeah, I'm a bit wary because we've
They
got
give you the
our
duck
one there
grip.
will rabbit kick you to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're leaving the village. I'm not even going to try and butcher and pronounce it. We stayed at the Black Lion Hotel. It's like a cafe, B&B, with Dave and Angela. They were fantastic. Yeah, couldn't have done more for us. Really helped us out a lot. Yeah, the place is really nice. It's a cafe sort of at the weekends, and they get a lot of cyclists and walkers. There's also some rooms there. Yeah, I mean, if you're passing this way, then yeah, please go and support them. They're great people, and they looked after us so well. Did some washing for us, so thank you to them, and I hope they have a lot of success with the business. This is our first blockage of the trip, actually, I think. Proper tree down blockage. It's like gorillas in the mist.
I'm making a right meal of this. Everything is getting caught on every single branch possible.
You make it look so effortless. Right, I just realised that my GoPro's been filming in a really weird format this morning, so I'm not sure if any of that's any good. So on the off chance that it isn't, a quick recap: we've been riding up through this forest for a few hours actually. It's going to be a 20-mile part of the day coming through here. We've sort of done the climb and been sort of traversing along fairly level ground, a bit up and down, a bit undulating. Oh wow, we reckon that's the Brecon beacons in the distance there, right in the distance. Yeah, no, it's been a good couple of hours actually riding through here, really nice. A lot colder today for sure. Right, well, we just had to navigate another lock gate. There's 2 today. I think that's maybe more than the rest of the trip put together. Right, well, we've had a string of locked gates, severely locked, like double locked, padlocks, combination locks. So that's 4, I think, now. So yeah, be aware of that if you're coming this way. I mean, it may be that it's just bank holiday weekend and they've locked everything, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass having to lift bikes over big gates. Right, yet another gate to lift over. It's a bit weird. I think that's 5 gates in a row there, so not great. Anyway, hopefully that's it. Should be seeing the lake pretty soon. I think the dam is just around the corner. Well, we've ridden up from the dam, we're up onto the top of the forest again. That's not feeling great, so we're just going to push on to the next town and maybe stop there. It's probably the best thing to do. It's pretty cold actually, and feeling quite exposed out here. Yeah, we'll see how he feels when we get to the next town. Oh, it's better out the wind. The wind was pretty cold though for a while. Yeah, so Matt's not feeling very well, so we're going to just take it easy, and luckily it's sort of downhill to the next town. We're going to see what we can find there. Well, that's a pretty nice view of the Brecon beacons. That's where we're headed tomorrow. Oh wow, bit of a fire here. First job is getting Matt down to a hotel at the minute. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Slightly chilly actually, but that's good for us for riding. Just got to ride up to this junction and then we're back en route. So we'll be entering the Brecon beacons today. I think it's just a few miles and we're there. Right, well, we've just ridden a few miles out of town and come across the Senny Bridge firing range. Flags are flying, and we just heard some shooting actually, so we think they're shooting, rifle shooting. I'm just going to check the signs up here, but I think we just skirt the edge of it, so we should be okay. Do not stop. Well, at least I've got a nice bright top on, so it should be an easy target. Lovely day. Just saying, it's been a really pleasant start to the morning. Sort of on about 6 miles. It makes such a difference when you have a nice mellow roll into the day. The days where you're like straight into a huge climb, it's always a bit less pleasant. If you listen carefully, you can probably hear them shooting. I wonder if they let us have a go if we ask nicely. Right, well, they're the mountains of the Brecon beacons. I'm sorry, I don't know this area that well. I've only ever ridden there a few times and go to Bike Park Wales, so I don't know the mountains that intimately, so I can't tell you which ones they are, but they're looking nice, and I'm guessing we're going up around one of those. I think we climb up quite a bit to a pass between them, so maybe it's that one to the left of Matt, I don't know. So there's the red flag, look, so that's the other end of the range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so I guess this is the other end of the danger area, the firing zone. It's a funny old dual carriageway, this one. Unfortunately, we're on the A40, I think, so it's a dual carriageway. Hoping that there's a side track or a cycle path or something, but you never know. Oh, it looks like there might be. Well, that's a relief. Well, at least there is for now, anyway. Oh, it's not dual carriageway, it's just an A road. Even so, really nice not to be on it. Oh, we just stopped for a little bit of lunch in a gateway. I guess where the nearest village or town is Bridge, a couple of miles away. It was lovely. Could have just lay in the grass and gone to sleep, actually. It would have been very easy. It's very sunny and warm. Our next sort of big milestone for today is heading up to those mountains there in the distance. Just a little taster of the climb to come later. Apparently there's alpacas up here somewhere. Matt reckons you can make them hum. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, beautiful bit of countryside here, I've got to say. Some lovely old oaks and stuff here. Guess we'll go around this corner and we'll probably see the mountain we've got to go up. It's kind of lovely riding temperature today, not too hot, not too cold. Goldilocks temperature. Ah, maybe we've got a bit further to climb yet. Well, there we go. That's what we're going up. One of those is Cribbin and one of those is Fanny Big. Guess that's where we're going up then. Gorse smells lovely. I'm sure it's like this every single day up here. So there's a chance we might get a cup of coffee and a cake up here. It looks like there possibly is somewhere that a cafe or something. So that'd be nice. Quite fancy a bit of cake. Haven't had any fresh cake for at least 2 days. Oh, that's not true. We had a bit yesterday, but not coffee and cake. We were just wondering actually whether it ever rains in Wales. Seems to be a very dry place. Dry and sunny. I guess it's like this all the time. Hello. Well, there's our destination, or there's our climb. Up there to the right. Looks fantastic up there. Amazing day for it. We were possibly thinking of trying to camp up there, see how it goes, see what time we get there. It's a little bit short for us, 5 miles short, but how many days do you get like this? We'll make a decision when we get up there. Could be an absolutely stunning camp, but we'll see. Right, well, we're starting the big push up to the pass between Cribbin and Fanny Big, I guess it is. Looks bloody lovely up there. Matt loves the cuckoos and the cuckoos love him. You're losing your touch.
Not interested, is it?
I think the plan is to camp up there now, which is great. Just seemed like a really great opportunity to camp up a bit higher for a change. It's probably the last big mountain, well, it's the last mountain of the trip for us. Out of Wales, it's Exmoor, they're not mountains, they're hills. Beautiful hills, beautiful area, but still not mountains. So yeah, pretty happy about that. Weather forecast is fantastic. So yeah, it's going to be a great one, I think. I'd love to say that we rode all of it, but we didn't. But we're riding this last little bit before we can't ride anymore.
Shit, it's getting lumpy.
Oh, I'm not putting that in the video. Well, evening everyone. Just a quick recap of where we are. Just got the tent set up because we wanted to camp a bit later just to be discreet. But this is where we are. Sort of in the Brecon beacons. Penny Van is still on my right. Matt's just over there. That's my tent. You can see why I've camped here. The view is pretty spectacular. Just because we're somewhere in a bit of a hot spot here, so we waited as late as we could to set up, just to make sure that there's no one around. The sun is just going down above there. Anyway, I'm gonna jump in and get some food on because I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, like I say, spectacular spot, isn't it? It's probably our last high camp actually, because once we're out of here, then Exmoor's the next high place, but it's not like this. So we just wanted to make the most of it and camp up here. Anyway, I will catch you in the morning. Right, well, we're away on day 19. Just descending off the pass. We slept that last night. Had a pretty good night's sleep, apart from being buzzed by the helicopter for quite a while. He was around in the daylight and then he came back at night. It looked like War of the Worlds at one point, with all the spotlights and stuff on. Anyway, we should have quite a nice descent now this morning. Just met a couple of other guys actually right at the top of the pass where we were packing away doing the GB Divide. They started last Friday in Penzance. Chris and Lewis, I think their names were. So they've got a long way ahead of them. They're doing it on gravel bikes, so probably a little bit quicker on the flats and the hills on the road, but we did see them pushing down the descent. It's the problem with the gravel bike, isn't it? It's certainly more efficient, but you don't get to enjoy the descents. Right.
Where you guys come from?
John O'Groats.
Have you?
We're doing the GB Divide, like the off-road
Wow.
to Land's End.
So you're going you come from John O'Groats, so you're going to Land's End.
Yeah,
Respect.
it's day 19, I think.
Well, all best, huh?
Yeah, have a good day. Have a good day. Oh, it's warmed up a bit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ready?
Yeah. Cool, thanks. Thank you.
Right.
Cheers, thanks. Yeah, it was pretty windy up there actually, especially when we got there late afternoon. It did drop off in the night a little bit. It's always good practice putting up the tent when it's a bit of wind. And definitely a chilly wind, absolutely worth it. It was a great place to camp. So today we should sort of leave the Brecons and leave the mountains actually for the whole trip, apart from Exmoor and the Quantocks, which aren't mountains. So a little bit of a sad day really. There's a railway line just on our right, just down off the edge there. Have a feeling it might be a steam line or something, like a tourist steam train or something. Maybe we'll see something later. Well, there's a funny old detour towards the bottom when you get to the first sort of small dam. It's a footpath, but it's got stiles and gates, so unfortunately you have to do this like a couple of mile detour, but it's not too bad. Just want to loosen my caliper off again. Yeah. Seems to be rubbing a lot. Right, we're up above the reservoir. Real big, horrible push up through there. Obviously, if you're coming the other way, it's a down, but it's quite chunky. It's a slightly surreal place. These concrete roads. One odd spot. So this is the quarry above the reservoir. It's a big old quarry, kind of funny old place really. Well, I guess maybe it is still active in some way. Well, it feels like we've left the mountains behind. We're back in civilization. Well, we're heading for the next village or town, Brinwell I think or something. There's some cafes there apparently. I think I need to eat. I've just been feeling a bit out of sorts today. Not in a bad way, just, I don't know, something's not right. Did have a bit of breakfast and a coffee, maybe I haven't eaten enough. Recognised on these trips now that often when I start to feel a bit like this, it's lack of food. So we're going to stop and get some food, get something to eat. Should feel better then, I think that's probably what it is. Right, well, we just had a couple of miles uphill on a fairly busy road. It was all right. We had a surprisingly good breakfast in the, I have to say, like the worst looking cafe ever, but great food. It really was a mega breakfast. The next landmark for us is going to be the Severn Bridge. I'm not sure we'll make it over tonight. We're going to maybe try and camp just before it in Chepstow maybe, if we have a good afternoon. See how it goes. I just had to change my rear pads, which I managed to do without taking the wheel off, which is quite handy. I'm embarrassed to say one of them was down to the metal, so it should be good until I get home now. I've been trying not to use my rear brake too much today because it was starting to grind a bit. Should have done it a couple of days ago, but you know how it is. You get to camp and you're knackered. Anyway, it's done now. So we are leaving the valleys now, I think. The scenery on my left looks remarkably Welsh borders like at the moment. Well, it's nice on his brakes again. Hi. Oh, typical roadie. Nah, nothing. Look straight ahead and say nothing. Oh, right, well, we're off that road. It wasn't a terrible road or anything, but it felt like about a 4-mile hill. It was a long one, that's for sure. Bit of a sting in the tail for the day. We're still aiming to get across the bridge tonight if we can. Bit of a drop. Hello, sheep.
Go across that bridge. I've got really wet feet now.
You're so gung-ho. Well, we just had our first sight of the Severn Bridge, which is a pretty big deal, really. There's Avonmouth over there. Oh, well, you'll see it in a minute. Hi.
You do very well with your tractor tyres, I have to say. Very good rolling.
Oh, we just stopped for a sneaky pint in the Tredegar Arms. It's opening night. We thought it was really surprisingly busy for a Wednesday, and the owner was telling us it's the opening night, so good luck to them. Nice pub. Right, so we are heading for the bridge.